Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be heading over to Sweden to explore a really fascinating initiative called Mimer.
Mimer.
Yeah, it's been dubbed Sweden's AI factory. I know you might be thinking, why Sweden? What's so special about a Swedish AI project? But trust me, stick with us on this one.
Okay, I'm listening.
Because as Jörg-Owe points out in his analysis of this whole thing, Mimer's approach to AI, it actually offers some really valuable lessons about responsible AI development. And it's on like a global scale.
Okay, you've piqued my interest.
Good. So, Mimer, it's not just about building AI systems, right? It's about cultivating a whole ecosystem.
An ecosystem, what do you mean?
Like picture this vibrant hub, right?
Yeah.
Where you have leading researchers, industry giants, even the Swedish government all coming together. They're collaborating, strategizing, figuring out how to harness AI for the collective good.
So they're not just, throwing money at algorithms.
No, not at all. They're trying to build like a blueprint for responsible AI development right from the ground up.
That sounds ambitious.
It is. And what's even more impressive is that they only launched this initiative back in 2020. So they've really wasted no time in putting their vision into action.
That's great.
Yeah. One thing that really stood out to me in Schneppat's work was this focus on what they call algorithmic impact assessments. AIAs for short.
AIAs.
Yeah, and they're groundbreaking. It's basically like conducting an environmental impact study, but like for algorithms.
Whoa, okay, I see what you mean. So before they release an algorithm out into the wild, they're checking it for, any negative downstream impact.
Exactly. Imagine being able to anticipate and then, mitigate those potential negative consequences even before the AI system is deployed. That's what they're doing.
That's a really powerful approach. Very proactive.
Right. It's a complete shift from that move fast and break things mentality that we see so often in tech. Instead, Mimer is saying, let's slow down, think critically, and make sure that AI benefits everyone.
I love that approach. But, those assessments, they must be super complex.
Oh, absolutely they are. But that's a conversation for part 2 of our deep dive. So make sure you join us next time as we unpack the complexities of these AIAs and really get into the nitty-gritty of Mimer's work.
Okay, so where were we? Ah, yes, those AIAs. They're fascinating, really.
Yeah, so how about we dive into like a really specific example of how one would work?
All right, let's say a company wants to use AI to screen job applicants.
Interesting.
An AIA would make them think through all the potential consequences of using that algorithm before it's actually deployed.
Consequences like what?
Like, they would need to analyze if it might be accidentally discriminating against certain groups.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, is the algorithm fair? Is it transparent? Is it accountable?
Oh, so like ethical considerations right up front.
Exactly. And they need to make sure that there are safeguards in place to prevent any misuse.
It sounds like AIAs are kind of forcing developers to slow down and really consider the human impact.
Yes, precisely. It's about integrating those ethical considerations into every stage of development.
So moving away from that move fast and break things and moving towards a more thoughtful and ethical approach.
Right. And, I think that's a good segue into discussing Mimer's actual products and services.
Oh, yeah. Good point. What kind of tech are they developing? What sets them apart?
Well, they offer a whole range of things, but their main focus is on building the underlying infrastructure, the platforms, that will power the next generation of AI applications.
So what's an example of that?
Well, one of their core offerings is something they call embedded AI computing platforms.
Embedded AI computing platforms.
Yeah, you can think of them as the brains of these AI-powered devices.
Interesting.
They're essentially tiny computers specifically designed to run these AI algorithms.
So like the chips in our phones, but for AI.
Exactly. And Mimer is actually working with, some leading companies.
Oh, like who?
Like NVIDIA, Raspberry Pi, to develop these platforms. So, they're making sure that they're powerful and versatile.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture. But what makes their platforms stand out from the rest?
One of the things that sets Mimer apart is their focus on energy efficiency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, their platforms are designed for high performance, but with minimal power consumption.
That's huge, especially these days.
Yeah, it makes them ideal for applications and environments where resources might be limited.
Right, like with all the edge computing and IoT devices.
Exactly. And it aligns perfectly with their commitment to sustainability.
So making sure that the environmental footprint of AI is minimized.
Exactly. They're thinking holistically about AI development.
Sounds like it. Not just focusing on the tech, but also on the bigger picture impact.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that makes them, such a compelling player in the global AI space.
Okay, so we've got these embedded platforms. But then you also mentioned earlier that they offer specialized hardware. What exactly is that?
So specialized hardware refers to components that are specifically designed to speed up those AI algorithms.
To speed them up.
Yeah, think GPUs, for example.
Ah, okay, those are the graphics processing units, right?
Exactly. They're great at handling, like, the complex mathematical calculations that AI tasks require.
So you're saying it's like having a supercharged engine for your AI car.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And you know what? Mimer is actually working to make this kind of hardware more accessible and affordable.
Which is super important if we want to see more diverse applications of AI.
Absolutely. It's all about lowering the barrier to entry, right? Empowering more people to experiment with AI and to innovate.
So it sounds like they're not being secretive with their tech at all. They want to share it.
Exactly. They're fostering a collaborative ecosystem where, everyone can benefit.
That's really cool and different approach than some of those big tech companies. But we have talked a lot about, the technology and their commitment to responsible development. But what about that human element? We mentioned earlier that concept of post-phenomenology and how technology shapes our experience. Where does that fit in?
So Mimer is really invested in understanding how AI is going to impact our lives. And not just in terms of, technological advancements, but also in terms of our social interactions, our values, even our sense of self.
Big questions, right.
Right. They're asking questions like, how will AI affect our privacy? How will it change the way we work, the way we learn? How will it change, our relationships with each other?
Questions we all need to be asking, honestly.
Exactly. And that's where Mimer's work really shines. They're not just building AI. They're engaged in this deep conversation about what kind of future we want with this technology.
The conversation will continue right after the break as we move into the final part of our deep dive into Mimer. And we're back, wrapping up our deep dive into Mimer.
It's really interesting how this initiative, even though it's based in Sweden, it's having an impact way beyond their borders.
Yeah, I think it's that commitment they have to responsible AI, thinking about the ethics, the social equity, that really resonates with people, with organizations globally.
It's like they've created this blueprint, for ethical AI development that anyone can pick up and use.
Yeah, exactly. And that's super important because AI is getting more powerful. It's everywhere. We have to make sure that it's being used to benefit everybody, not just a select few.
And something that really stood out to me reading Schneppat's analysis is how much Mimer emphasizes collaboration. They're not trying to do this all alone.
Right. It's like they recognize how complex this whole AI thing is. No single organization, no matter how smart they are, can solve it on their own.
So it's about sharing knowledge, combining resources, tackling those challenges together. Yeah, it's like they're building a global AI ecosystem, this network of people, resources, all working towards the same goal.
That's a great way to put it. And Mimer is a perfect example of how to make that kind of collaboration happen. They're not just sharing what they know, they're creating platforms and initiatives that bring people together from all over the world.
Like that International AI Doctoral Academy, right? The AA.
Oh yeah, AA. That's a great example.
Yeah.
Bringing PhD students from all over to study AI together, share their research, make those connections that will shape the future of the field.
It's like planting those seeds for a future generation of AI leaders, Leaders who are not just super smart, but who are also committed to ethical and responsible development.
And those decisions these future leaders make, they're going to be huge. They're going to impact how AI evolves and what role it plays in our society. But Mimer isn't just focused on the future, right? They're playing a key role in Sweden's national AI strategy right now.
Right, and that strategy is pretty ambitious. They want Sweden to be a global leader in AI, but not at any cost. It's got to be ethical, socially responsible, and sustainable.
So it's not just about being the best, it's about using AI to actually make things better for everyone, for the planet.
Yeah, exactly. And that sets them apart, from other countries who are also investing a lot in AI. Sweden is thinking about those big picture implications, not just about the technology itself.
And Mimer really embodies that vision, doesn't it?
Absolutely. They're showing the world that you can have those big ambitions and still be responsible. They're setting a great example for everyone.
It's been a fascinating journey exploring the world of Mimer with you. But as we wrap things up, there's one point from Schneppat's analysis that I keep coming back to. He says we need to move beyond seeing AI as just a tool. We need to understand that it's a force that's going to completely change our society, our relationship with technology.
It's a big idea, right? And as AI keeps getting more advanced, it's something we all need to think about. It's not just another gadget, it's a game changer. It's like the printing press or the internet. It's going to change everything.
And that means we can't just sit back and wait to see what happens. We need to be part of shaping how AI develops so that it aligns with what we value, with the kind of future we want to create.
And that's what makes Mimer's work so important. They're not just building the tech, they're helping us understand it. They're guiding it in the right direction so that it can make a positive impact on everyone.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into Mimer Sweden's AI factory. A big thanks to Jörg-Owe for his incredible work, which really made this whole exploration possible. And to all our listeners, thanks for joining us. Keep those minds curious, and we'll catch you next time.